Happy Mindset Monday, people of planet Earth, whatever that is. People of planet Earth, welcome to Monday. And actually, depending on where you are in planet Earth, it might be Tuesday. Yeah, but for Roxy, it's Monday. It's Mindset Monday. Welcome. So, what's going on? How's everybody doing? Let me pull up my YouTube real fast here on the iPad so I can watch it on the iPad. Please go to my channel and pop this little thing up here. Thank you. All right, we're here. Okay, what's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. I'm excited to see some 360 fam in the chat. We got a lot of 360 fam in the chat. Hello. I love to see I don't remember having this in my hand. Okay. I love to see people from the programs coming for the live chats and coming to hang out with the community outside of when we have our group sessions. To me, it just says like, we're here, the community matters, the information matters, we're dedicated to our expansion. We're going to take any opportunity that we can to grow and focus on ourselves and put ourselves first. So thank you to those of you that are in 360. Go ahead and if you don't mind, drop a 360 fam, hashtag 360 fam in the chat if you don't mind. That'd be cool, just so everyone in the chat can see. And hello, everybody. Let's see who we got. We got Shantae Eustace. Hello. Speaking of which, there's my crystal. Every time I see Shantae's name, it reminds me to grab my crystal. Shantae Eustace. Hello. 360 fam. Leanne. Hello. Jerry. 360 fam. Jerry's 360 fam by proxy. And that was really funny. Wait, hold on. Wait. No. This might be different. I think I have two Jerrys with the same name. No, it is you. Okay, yeah. I have two Jerrys with like the exact same name, and sometimes I get them mixed up. But no, I thought it was you. And then Lori's here too. So hi, Lori. Hashtag more 360 fam. Dave, hello. Brendan, hi. Morgan, hello. Tam, hello. 360 fam. Let's see. We got Jay, Anna, 360 fam. Hello. Crystalline Mine, hello. Welcome back. Chiza, hello. Melissa, hello. Melissa, are you in 360? I can't remember. Sometimes I can't. Again, I don't know with the screen names. I get confused. Maricel, hello. Anna says 360 fam forever. Yas. Miss L, hello. Oh, Crystalline Mind said, I'm usually watching replays. You're glad you're here now live. I know it's fun when it's live, right? The energy is like, you get to be a part of it. No, you're okay. You're not, but you're here a lot. Yeah, sometimes I get confused again, with the names. I'm not always sure. Black Goddess, hello. Nay, hello. How are you? Tiffany, hi. Mama, hello. Leanne says Tiffany Renee VIP. VIP Tiffany. Oh, wait, no, that was part of her name. VIP Tiffany is what you said. I got this. It didn't highlight it for me. That's okay. Who cares? No one cares. Moving forward. Sometimes when I'm doing my live stream, my internal dialogue is out loud. So I apologize. Drew, hello. Oh, Morgan, it's your first live. So welcome. Thank you for joining. And, you're in a great community of people who are supportive, who are on the same journey as you, who understand what you're going through, who you can talk about your wins and your questions about. So welcome. If anyone is new here, or if you haven't yet joined our private community, we do have a free community. The website is it's community.roxytalks.com, and you can join the free community. If you download the app, then you can have it on your phone. You don't even have to go to social media, and you can get like notifications and stuff from each other. Ooh. Morgan says, tuning in while I work. I typically listen to the pod, but now I get to interact. Yay. I love it when people tune in while they work. It's a secret personal joy of mine when people are listening to this when they're working. I love it. Let's see. Sarah says first day of my Pixar class. Yay, Sarah. How exciting. Congratulations. That sounds so fun. Ellen, hello. Harley, hello. AF. Sorry. Sometimes I'm just reading stuff. Drew, you're at work too? Okay, awesome. You're expanding your abundance and you're also expanding your mindset. So how exciting is that? Oh, mama, you listen at work every time. Okay, cool. I like that too. What are you doing? Like, what do you do for work? What you doing? What are you doing right now? I've never asked that. Okay, everybody right now, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing right now? Where are you at? Tell me what you're doing. I've never really thought to ask this and I'm really surprised. So tell us, what are you doing? Where are you, like, literally right now? Drop a pin in it. Miss L said it was 333 when you got this notification. Nice. Perfect alignment. And then also let's talk about good news. Like, what are we manifesting, or what have we manifested? What are we celebrating? What's the good news? Anika, hello. Okay, DJ Fresh Nug says, you had an amazing week off thanks to Jerry. Yay, Jerry's awesome. I love Jerry. Jerry and Lori or DJ Fresh Nugs, that's Lori. They're one of my they're one of my couples. Is that weird? They've gotten married on my watch. Like, they've been an amazing couple. Like, they had their first session with me as a couple and they were just awesome. And we just clicked right away. I just totally bonded. And so, I've just kept in touch with them and they just joined 360. But they got married like last year. And I said on 360 the other day, I was like, I can't, like, you guys are already good, but it did happen on my watch. So, like, of course I'm going to brag about it a little bit, but of course you're having an awesome weekend. Thanks to Jerry. So thanks, Jerry. Mama says, okay, I clean houses and offices. Nice. Miss L's also cleaning. Cheese is doing art. I'm also doing art. Look at that. We're all aligned. Mama's cleaning a sink right now. Look at that. Giselle, you're working overtime. What is that song? You taking care of business. She's taking care of business and working overtime. Lily's doing a diamond painting. See, everyone's aligned. Okay, Dina and Lily. Dina loves those. Isn't it weird? Like, when have I not thought to like do this? We can connect. So Dina and Lily, you guys can connect on diamond art. That's so funny. Drew says a win-win every time on Roxy Chats. Thank you, Drew. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're here. Nay says you're in bed. You know what's funny is I imagine most people are in bed because of, like, my time difference since I'm on the West Coast. I think that's what I usually imagine people are doing. Harley, you're taking care of your kids. Awesome. How fun. Lori, you're at work. Yay. How exciting. Because I know that you're doing exactly what you love to do and you are in complete control of your dominion. Every dollar that you make comes from yourself and your projects and your passions. And it's so exciting that you are living the life that you want to live. Manifest Audio says currently manifesting my SP, seeing so much movement. Congratulations. That's awesome. Andromeda, hello. Okay, hold on. This is a pretty name. Jolene. Did I say that right? Tell me how to say your name. Jolene. I like to say people's names right, but I just never know sometimes if I'm doing it. I got distracted now because Dina's like, I have my diamond painting right here. So we got people diamond painting. We got people cleaning and synchronized cleaning, synchronized diamond painting, synchronized art doing. Jillian says, I hope I'm saying your name right. Switch from Facebook to here. Well, I'm glad you made it. Jelly Ann. Okay. That's exactly what it looks like, but okay, Jelly Ann. Jelly Ann is also, she switched from Facebook. So hello, welcome. And let's see. Divine says, I just finished cleaning too. Nice. Oh, Mama, you're into diamond art too. Look at that. Wow. Jay says, are we buffering? I don't know. Are you? I can't tell if it's buffering on your end. I'm sorry. It looks clear on my end, so it's hard for me to, I don't know. It's hard for me to tell. Oh, Aaron says, I'm taking a break from 360 homework. Yay. Congratulations, Aaron. You're on top of your shit. Proud of you. Hashtag 360 fam. Okay, hold on. We got, oh my gosh, where did this go? Where did we go? Shums. I think I asked you last time. Greetings from London. Hello. Ellen, you're in the UK as well. Okay, so we got some people on a similar part of the planet. Nay, painting. You like painting? Are you painting right now? Or you said you were in bed, but you like to paint? Jen, I think you're in bed at 6:30 p.m. Yeah, that's where Jen's at. She's in bed. Okay, Chris, hold on. I can do this. Chrysophilax? Is it Chrysophilax? That's fun to say. Says, so nice to see you live. Literally, you're the one who helped me manifest my relationship 2 years ago. Well, congratulations on that. You did that. So give yourself that appreciation. I hope you are. And awesome. And thank you and welcome. Firdaus, hello, welcome. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words. I'm glad you're here. Glad you made it. Oh, Nay says cleaning and painting is what I do when not laying down. Got it. Amy says, because I'm in a better spot financially, I was able to support a small business vendor at the Pittsburgh Tattoo Expo by buying a unique handmade lamp 2 weeks ago. Ooh, that's awesome, Amy. Congratulations. And congratulations on your abundance. I'm glad to hear that things are going well after the career shift. Lucida, hello. I think it's Chrysophilax. I like saying that, so I'm just gonna say it like that. Chrysophilax says, when I was listening to your Make Them Prioritize You video after an hour, he was knocking at my door. Yes! Hold on, I gotta take a screenshot. I love that shit. I sent one to Malachi the other day. I think it was yesterday. Someone left on the. We get the most on our sexy video, obviously. That one just passed 1 million views. But somebody was saying that they hadn't heard from their SP in like weeks or something, and then they listened to that, and like it was like within 24. I can't remember the numbers. Within like 24 hours or something, their SP was texting, and they were like, "This cannot be a coincidence." So that stuff makes me so happy. I'm so glad that it's working for you. But I just also want to recognize, you make sure that you give yourself that credit, right? Because you did it. My job was done after I was like in my little studio whispering things into my microphone, and I sent it off, and then like I posted on the internet, and that was the end of my job. The rest of it you did on your own. So just make sure you're turning that gratitude towards yourself. Tabinda says I hope it's Tabinda. It's so great. I always say everyone's name perfectly. Says your podcasts have helped a ton. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. Manifest Audio is from Australia. Hello, welcome. Canada, Tabinda, hello from Canada. Migle, hello. I know I'm going to say your name perfectly one day as well. Senscape, hello. Shantae says, I used to listen at work too. I'm self-employed doing home renovations. Lately, I take the afternoon off and sit somewhere quiet. Nice, Shantae. Prioritizing yourself. Love it. Oh, Jillian says it's morning in the Philippines. Okay, so it's morning, not even like sleeping time, but that's cool. So you're starting off. This is your Tuesday mindset. Morgan says, currently manifesting my cleaning business, registered and got approved for my LLC last week. Yay, congratulations. That's so exciting. Cool. Jillian says your SP is from Chile. Okay, so all over the world. So, I mean, like completely across the world. That's okay. That's completely fine and doable. Dave's in Liverpool. Nice. Welcome. We have a few. I know we have a lot of people in the UK. Obviously, it's a lot bigger than it looks on the map. Sometimes I look at the map of UK and I'm just like, what's going on here? What is all this stuff? Okay. Leanne says, Leanne, you're listening at work right now. You said I used to listen at work too, but you're still listening to it at work. Oh, Migle. Okay, it's the Lithuanian accent that I'm missing. Okay, so I'll always be missing that because I sound like a Valley girl, and I understand that. I've come to terms with it. I'm okay with it. It is what it is. Excuse me. Leanne says, I used to think it would be cool to have a job where I was just totally immersed in this type of content. And here you are. That's exactly what you have. You did it. Thank you, Migle. Abaja, you're at work too? Yes. Changing the world. Hello, Nexus. How are you? How's everyone doing? So let's see. Christina's in Canada too. Brendan, you're in Jersey. Lovebird, hello. Lucia, you like the cosmic vibes today? Thank you. I love this shirt. It's got it's kind of hard to see zodiac signs, but none of them are in good places where they didn't cut the material. I was like, I want them to cut the material where like the Scorpio was just like right in the middle of the chest, but they had other plans. But it still looks kind of cool, actually. Okay. Here we go. Oh, Jillian, you work in a cruise ship and you also manifested your SP. Is that you manifested your SP on the cruise? Do you watch The Love Boat? Oh my god. I mean, it is, I will just say this. Any of the shows that you watch or the movies that you watch that are from like any time in the past, to be really honest with you, because there's always been like some sort of horrific like language, or I'll just say prejudice of some kind in like older content and stuff. So you kind of have to like watch that stuff with like, knowing like, wow, thank God we've come so far. But Jen said, do people still watch Love Boat? My husband and I do. We turn things on like Love Boat or like Murder, She Wrote or like Star Trek. Next Gen is the only one I watch. And like at night, like, or sometimes when, like when you're done like watching, if you're watching a show or you're watching a movie and we don't know what to put on, that's kind of like, we just put those on. And so we just watch. There's like 20 seasons of these shows and there's like 20 episodes per show. So it just goes on for stuff. So we've watched Star Trek Next Gen through like 6 times. And so right now we're going through The Love Boat, and it's just like, it's so like, oh my God. It's very like, I don't know if I'm allowed to say these words, but SEXIST and RACIST, very dated. So it's like, I don't know. It's like, why are you watching it then? Good question. I guess, I don't know. Something about it is chill. And also, I mean, okay, now I'm just digging myself in a stupid hole. Yeah, everyone's like, sounds interesting. Yeah, very interesting. But I don't know how to explain it. Like, okay, all right, I'll just say, like, say for Love Boat, for example, they never intermix, like none of the couples ever are racially intermixed, right? So like that's one thing that is just like, they always put like the people that are of color, their stories are their stories, and then the white people have their stories. So it's just one of those things where I'm like it's just so fucked up. And then like in the Love Boat in particular, it's very like the men the men are like these poor innocent creatures, and the women are just like these like voracious, like hungry, like sex hungry, freaking like, I don't even want to say, it's just very interesting the perspective that they take in some of it. But then the show themselves is like, it's like, I don't know, everyone's like in a positive mood and it's like really chill and like, I don't know. So again, take it with a grain of salt. Like for me, I mix personally. So like, if it wasn't for interracial relationships, I would not be alive. Interracial relationships, I would be alive. So just again, I watch it. I'm just like, okay, but yeah, we went down this road. Miss L says, I can hear the trash truck. Yeah, it's happening. It's that time. And our trash gets picked up on Monday. So, Nay says, keeping up with the Kardashians and what is LOK are my comfort shows, so I can't judge. I know. So it's so bad. What am I mixed with? I mixed with black and white. I have a little bit of Mexican. I thought I had more. Like I always thought I had more my whole life. And then when I did my DNA, it was like not as much as I thought. So I just stopped mentioning it. Oh gosh. Ashley says you've been watching 227. Ashley, 227. Marla Gibbs is one of my relatives somehow. And she, I went to this thing to like meet, like she did a speak. She did a talk when I was a kid. I was probably like, oh, I forgot my septum ring. Hey, baby. Shoot. Oh, well. My septum ring fell out. I forgot to put it back in. She did a talk at something when I was a kid here in LA, and my dad was like, "Go up and talk to her, like, get an autograph or whatever." And I was just a little kid, and obviously I look very white, I understand that, and she didn't know who I was, and so it was like I was a very shy kid, so my dad's just like, "Go talk to her," you know how parents are, "Go give him a hug," whatever, and she doesn't know who the hell I am, and so I was just like, "Hi," and she was just like handed the thing back to me. I wanted to be like, "I'm, like, related to you," but I didn't know how to say what relative. I don't know what she was. She's somehow I don't know. I wonder if my dad is listening right now. I don't know if you've ever heard me tell my perspective of that story. Probably. Lori, you're okay. I was wondering what I didn't want to ask, of course, but okay, cool. That's awesome. I didn't know that. Jen says I watched The Last of Us and Blacklist. I'm not sure what that says about my mental diet. Crystalline says I always thought you were Asian. Is that white and Asian? No, I'm not white and Asian. I'm like mostly Irish and then black. I'm a quarter black, and the rest is pretty much Irish somehow. Like all my other, they're all Irish. Cheesier mixed black, white, Asian, and Native American. Nice. Yeah, that's a nice. I mean, I don't know what to say anymore. It's weird, right? Like to talk about it. It became really strange to talk about this kind of stuff. So, you know what I mean? I just kind of, I try to just like stay, Lucida. Yeah, I have one of my grandmas. I'm not gonna give away. Let's just say my grandma's last name. Her maiden name ends with "es" on one side of my family, and then on the other side of my family, my grandmother's black, and then my grandfathers were white, both Irish. But there's a little more mixing in the little more mixing going on in the mix than anybody really knew. So when we did the DNA, it was funny to find stuff out. Reem, hello. So Hanifa says, "What is your advice today?" Such good timing. I was just about to segue into that. Senscape, hello. Rosanna, hello, says, just came by to say hi. Also, hashtag 360 fam. Says, feel like I've been shifting from the weekend. Not sure if you can feel it intuitively. Excuse me. I hadn't even opened that up yet, so give me a sec. Luna, hello. I just realized I'm like, whoa, the door is not even open yet. So, okay, all right, I can focus. So, okay. Leanne, thank you, Leanne. That's where I was trying to get my brain to go, but the engine wouldn't turn over. Leanne says super chats are now open. Thank you. If you want a guaranteed answer. I'm like okay on answering SP related questions, but I realize that like for me, when I answer them, I'm going to talk about you and not necessarily about your SP because it's never about you. So just make sure, if you ask me an SP related question, I'm going to turn it into a you answer. Because that's who's doing the thing. Roxy, hello. Thank you. I appreciate your kind words. Okay. Abaja, you found a brother? Ooh, how awesome. They found you. That's so cool. That's so awesome. That's very cool. I definitely found, had some cool discoveries in mine as well. So Drew says our SP should be chasing us all because we're all awesome. Yeah, exactly. If your SP is not chasing you, then that is like information and not something to be offended by. It's not something to be scared of or wounded by. It's information. It's like, would you be mad if your car needed oil, or would you just put the oil in it and keep on moving? It's that situation. So if your SP is not chasing you or prioritizing you or have you on the pedestal, there is an imbalance in the recipe for the affirmations that are building this manifestation, right? So what you're going to want to do is start taking inventory of the thoughts that you actually think and believe. Like, what are you really thinking and believing about the situation? And then not only that, like what reality are you acting out? I was thinking about this today, like a lot of times, even me, because this is where, I was self-reflecting. A lot of times I'm acting within this life I'm living. And as much as I want to be, I'm doing 360, I'm catching and flipping my thoughts, but what is that? What is 360? And I actually had this conversation in my meditation yesterday. 360 is not just about catching and flipping, it's about going beyond. It's about thinking beyond where you're at right now. It's about not just catching and flipping, but also like casting your line out and going further every time. So if something in your 3D reality, like your specific person, is not reflecting to you the way that you want them to, it's not something to be offended by. It's not something to be ashamed about. It's not something to indulge in the pain of. It is information that should be used to say, oh, I'm a quart low on self-worth. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to tune up in the I believe this can work department. I need a complete flush of the story that I'm telling in the current moment system. Does that make sense? Why car? Whose car? Why is car here? Who car is? Why you come here? Oh my gosh. Who is car? Why are we talking car, guys? Who is that? Is that my husband or is that someone else? Jalen says this full moon is all about self-worth. That's awesome. So it would be a good time. When is the full moon, Jalen? It would be a good time to focus on the self stuff and put more focus and attention on doing the work of like elevating your self-concept versus doing the work of manifesting more of a reality you don't like. I was listening to Lisa Nichols before I got on and she said something. Was that Lisa? I think it was Lisa. She said, worrying is, was that Lisa? No, I'm trying to, okay, hold on. It might not have been Lisa. So I'm just going to say what I heard today. It was on a Lewis Howes interview, but I can't remember now if it was Lisa or because I listened to a few of them this morning. But this is the gist of it. And I apologize for not knowing who said this. Worrying is mentally rehearsing for a reality you don't want to be in. Who said that? It was a guy. No, it was a guy. It wasn't Lisa. Oh, it was Dr. Beckwith, Michael. Dr. Beckwith. That's what it was. So Dr. Beckwith said, worrying is mentally rehearsing for a reality you don't want. And we know what mentally rehearsing does, manifests it, right? So you have to, even when he said you have to stay out of fear, you have to stay out of worry, you have to make yourself get out of those energies mentally when you're there because you're going to be creating your reality no matter what. So mentally rehearsing. Tam says that's a great quote about worry. It makes so much sense. Yeah. And then I've heard Bashar say that doubt, which is, kind of a similar concept. Doubt is just, it's not really doubt. It's just more confidence in a reality that you don't want. Same idea. So we have to understand that, like, even though it may suck, even though it may be true right now, even though it may feel like it's not working or it's been a long time or there's no way out of it, you have to separate that truth from what you let yourself do with your thoughts all day long, because the fact that they're replicating is inescapable. You can't do anything about that. If you're on earth, that's going to be the highest and biggest truth for your whole life. So if you want things to go the way that you want them to, you have to be selective about what you let yourself think and believe and react. And this is every day for the rest of your life. It never turns off. It never stops. Amrit, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, advice for dealing with anxious pit feeling after having a hurtful convo with your BF. Is that boyfriend? Yeah, boyfriend, right? Because BFF is best friend. Sorry, just making sure. Trying to not get hung up on words said, but bummed about it. Okay, here's the deal. If you're having a hurtful conversation with somebody, if you don't mind dropping some, like, how do I want to say this? Okay, we don't need to know what it's about. If that's what's going on, if you're having this issue, if you're having a conversation with somebody, it's important that you hear what they say in relation to where you want to go. The words that they say to you are a reflection of your own worries, doubts, insecurities, fears, shames, things that you beat yourself up about. And they're transmitted through your thoughts, and they're, going to be given to you by the vessel most likely to give them what you've deemed the most likely channel or avenue for receiving that information. In this case, your SP, right? So I don't know what it is that was said. I don't know if it's stuff about you. I don't know if it's stuff about them or the relationship. But what is important is that what they've said to you is only a reflection of your thoughts and how you've been feeling and thinking and worrying. So obviously we want to treat everybody with kindness and respect. And I'm not saying to disrespect them that's your choice. Whatever happens from the relationship going forward, that's on you. I don't know the situation, right? But just in general, the deal here is to allow them to feel how they feel and whatever right now, because this version of them that you've manifested feels that way, period. Get over it. End of story. They already feel that way. But you're always manifesting a new version. So you have to be thinking forward. Like I was just talking about, you have to be thinking on the horizon, and managing your feelings in a kind and caring and thoughtful and supportive way. But remember, we always talk about separating feelings from thoughts. The feelings and the thoughts are not the same thing. They need to not be treated the same. They're not the same thing. So your feelings need to be nurtured. That's like your feelings are your wounded inner child scraping their knee again, or the scab being picked, the same scab that you got the very first time that somebody said something to you that hurt you or whatever, or just whatever the specific thing is. The first time that happened, it created like a wound, and every time it's manifested again because of just the fear of having it happen again, or the worry that it might happen again will manifest it to come again, right? And so when it comes back, every time it happens, it's like that scab is being ripped off. It's the same wound from childhood just being reopened again. So that's what's happening when something hurts. That's what's happening when you have a painful, anything that happens in your body that you feel, any of your feelings, okay? When your feelings get triggered, understand that it's like a long, dark tunnel that leads like all the way back to your childhood. And it's that part of you feeling wounded that you're experiencing in the moment when you're feeling hurt, okay? So you need to understand that that's what that is. That's what that mechanism is. That's why you feel that way, is because your wounded child has just been re-wounded in the same spot. Now, your thoughts, on the other hand, have nothing to do with that. They are not even the same fucking thing, okay? The thoughts are the mechanism that are creating your 3D world. And they have nothing to do with your feelings, except in the fact that your thoughts manifest your feelings, and your feelings inform your thoughts. Your feelings influence your thoughts. Other than that, it's like they're drinking. Oh my gosh. Okay. I got this analogy. It's like they're drinking buddies. And you know how like when you have, okay. Sorry. It's refining. You know, when you have friends that are like not good for each other, like if you had a friend, like when you get together and you drink, bad shit happens all the time. So you guys can't drink together. We're moving on with our lives. We get together, we do positive stuff, but we know if we start drinking, bad shit's going to go down. So we as adults need to not drink together. That's the analogy they just showed me. That's what feelings and thoughts are like. Okay. So your feelings are who they are. Your thoughts are the mechanism that drive the ship, period. Always. They will never be your feelings, and your feelings will never be your thoughts. Do not confuse them, and do not let them work in tandem when you feel like shit. Okay. Because that's the two buddies going down the bad rabbit hole again. Okay. They need to be like when the rabbit hole starts on the feelings, if that's the friend that's like still doing the dark stuff and like again, this is an analogy, like hasn't grown up or whatever. I'm seeing like this movie that I watched last night where like, you know, there's the people that like still party and the people that like don't anymore. And like that movie trope kind of thing, that's what they're showing me. So the feelings are kind of like that friend that hasn't grown out of partying. And the thoughts are like the friend that's gotten their shit together and like moved on from that life and is now like, I can't do that with you. You know what I mean? And so you have to maintain that separation. If your friend gets drunk, you don't get drunk with them. That's not how you help them, right? Like if you had a friend that was like fighting sobriety or whatever, do you get where I'm going with this story? Like if you had a friend that had trouble with substances and they were getting drunk, you're not supposed to get drunk with them. You're supposed to like help them, right? You get my point? And so it's the same thing with your thoughts and feelings. Like if your feelings get triggered like that, your thoughts are not supposed to go down the road with them. The thoughts don't pick up the bottle too. The thoughts need to be like the friend that's holding the hair back and taking you to Taco Bell or like tucking you in or like being there for you, making sure you're not texting your ex. You get what I'm saying? So that has to be happening all the time. And when the friend is sober, we don't have to worry about them, right? When you're feeling happy, you don't have to worry about your feelings and your thoughts commingling. That's fine. Live it up. Because when we're sober, we're back to childhood and we're free and we're having a great time and we're not doing these dark things that we're not supposed to do. Again, this is the analogy. But if that bottle comes out or whatever, then things start to go downhill. And it's the same thing with when the feelings get triggered. So when everything's great, have the time of your lives together, feelings and thoughts should be commingling when things are great. Once we pass the line of like, thoughts and separate feelings and thoughts from each other because we cannot have them commingling. It's not a good, it does not end well. I'm seeing like all kinds of movies. Like, what's that movie with Seth Rogen where it's like The Last Christmas or whatever that they do? There's that movie. There's like, anyways, you get my point, right? So yeah. Okay. Whew. All right. Next, social. No. What did I call it? Super chat. That's what it's called. Mr. Forte, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, Roxy, I don't want to harden this into fact, but I've got my SP to come in hot, but always go cold. This time told me we'd never talk again. Okay, listen. I'm guessing you were listening to what I was just saying because your super chat came after that one, so you're probably waiting for your super chat. So remember what I just said about that wound that you get from childhood. So when you have hot and cold behavior going on with your specific person, what this is something from childhood, something way back in your history where you had some sort of inconsistency in emotional connection with your parents, basically. And to put it in the most basic way, that's what happens. I have coached so many people. I've talked to thousands of people, and every single person I've ever talked to has not what you're going through, but has something that they're doing now. Everybody is doing this. What the life you're living out now is somehow either is influenced by your parents and their lives. And usually what people do is like, they either do exactly what their parents do, they do the exact opposite, trying to like outdo it or undo it, or they do like a mixture of like this and that from these pieces and they shy away from other pieces. But they kind of we all create this mold of like what life is supposed to be or not supposed to be based on what our parents did and what happened to us as children. So when it comes to hot and cold, where you had inconsistency in emotional connection as a child is going to create this It's like this, the hot and cold is you, basically. So they're coming in hot, everything's great, I'm in a good place, I can bring them in hot. As soon as they get there, uh-oh, what if they go away again? You start to turn cold. It's you that turns cold. What if they go away again? What if someone else, blah, 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 what if I'm, blah, 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 what if this happens? You go down that road, you manifest them going cold again, they go away. They're gone for a while, you feel sad, wah, 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 you mourn, you get back and you're, oh, you know what, actually I am the shit phase. I can do this, yas, 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 me, manifest them back. They come back, uh-oh, what happens when they leave again? What happens? What if I'm not good enough? Da, 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 da. They go away again. It's the cycle, right? So that's why. So you need to, when once they're in hot, when it comes to the time where you start to worry about them going away, that's the change that needs to be made right there. You need to start practicing knowing that they're not going anywhere. Longevity, commitment, devotion, dedication, words that mean long-term, monogamous, life mates, like things that like again, like things that are, look up synonyms to long-term. I'm not even joking. And like all those words you can use as affirmations to describe your relationships. I love how so many people are like, "Oh my god, this is me." Yeah, and this is because we're all the fucking same. And the reason I know this one so well is because this is probably the most common like pattern that I see in people from their, like, with their childhood issues with partners. This is like extremely common because how can it, how, like, what is the possibility that a child is going to not have some sort of emotional separation or, trauma as a child? It's like, drop your fucking ball and it's like the end of the world. You know what I mean? So, parents just going to work, like, this is what the things I see it a lot in is like parents that were like flight attendants or in the army or, the service, people that had to move, people that had financial disruption, people that had divorce, people that had loss in the family, anything that like literally created a lack of consistency is going to make you have hot and cold behavior, either with like money or love or some, sometimes both or other, whatever, wherever ways it comes through. Right. But, I've talked to so many freaking people that it's not a question anymore. I just know it. It's just what it is. So, so Miss L says military fam. Yep. Yep. And like for me, like I had it, and I was able to work through mine, but like I had parents in different parts of the state. So I was always going back and forth, so I had to, like, my first boyfriend, we broke up and got back together like literally like probably 30 to 50 times during the course of our like few year relationship. It was constantly back and forth. But I ended up growing past that, which I'm so thankful for. But it just is. So let's see, where are we? I saw other super chats. Let's see. Oh, okay, hold on. Chat skipped again. Where'd that go? Lauren, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, Roxy, if you would continue to dive into how to keep revising when what you fear keeps coming up, how to stay into that new rewritten version. Okay. So if you are working on revising something in your 3D reality and the the OG version or the not so welcome version or the version oh my goodness, the version that we're trying to get rid of keeps popping through, instinctively the first thing that I'm hearing is, the first thing that it might be is a test, right? Let's think about the fact that there are tests that come up when you start working towards manifesting something. I dove actually really deep into this on Pass the Test. If you are interested in looking at that program, roxytalks.com/ courses. It's actually on the front page of my website too. So roxytalks.com, you can check out Pass the Test if you want to kind of dive deep into how to really take charge in these moments. But what I will say is that you need to sell the story that you're trying to change. And if you are saying that something is changed and then it shows up to you as an opportunity to say, look, there it is changed, and you don't take that opportunity, then it doesn't change. Right? So you have to make sure that, like, it doesn't matter how many times it comes up the wrong way. You need to say that it's the new thing every time. Because if you don't say that, it's never going to be the right thing. And also, I would add to this is that you need to be looking at where else in your story and in your truth you're still believing that it's not working, or that it's still the same thing. Actually, both of those things. Because every time it comes back, you believe a little bit more probably that it's not working. So there's that, like, anti-belief that's building up. But also, you have this thing that's like, like, how long is it going to be? Right? Or like, I thought I did it. It's not. So there is the thing that needs to continue telling the story no matter what. I don't care what it looks like. It doesn't matter how long it takes. You need to continue telling the story. If you rewrite your story, you need to tell the story, and then you need to sell the story, and you need to sell it to yourself. Okay? You need to sell it to yourself that the new thing has happened. And you obviously don't believe it. The fear keeps coming up. What fear? Why? Why do you have this fear? Why are you entertaining it? What would happen if that fear came true? Go down this road and start getting clear and clarity on, like, what's going on within you to still be reflecting this. Thank you, Leanne. Leanne linked Pass the Test in the chat. So revising somebody is not a test of whether it's working outwardly, or revising something is not a test of whether it's working outwardly. It's a test of whether you believe it has been rewritten. And you're not looking for the outside 3D reality for the validation, because if you were, then you're already behind. You already don't understand that it's not the 3D that's giving you the validation, it's you. You need to decide that it has changed, and then you need to live by that truth. And so if it comes up in your 3D reality, you look at it like, interesting. Not like, oh God, it didn't work. Those are two very different realities. Interesting. That's like, whenever I go to whenever this question comes up, the analogy they show me is like a basketball bouncing in front of somebody. What I really see is, in Scary Movie 3, is it, or is it the first one? No, it's the first one. Yeah, the first one. The first one. In Scary Movie, and they're doing that thing with the basketball, because there used to be like that like Nike commercial or whatever it was. Was it a Nike commercial? It was like a Jordan's commercial, I think, where they're like playing basketball, and it's like, but that ball bouncing like on the floor, just like that shot of the ball bouncing. So they showed me that because for me, like, I don't care about sports, like, at all. Like, no shade. I just don't. I care 0%. So if like a basketball bounced in front of me, I would just be like, a basketball. It would literally mean nothing to me. Absolutely. It would absolutely mean nothing except like, oh, maybe does somebody need their ball back? Like, that's the most I would think about it. You have to treat the things in your reality that come up that aren't supposed to be right like that. Like, why would, if basketballs triggered me, then I would want to make sure I'm really not reacting to them. But because they don't trigger me, it gives me a perfect opportunity to see how you have to respond to things that don't bother you, or that are not supposed to bother you. Because if it bothers you, then the truth is underlying, right? That it's not what it's supposed to be. But if it was just some random thing that didn't matter, you'd just be like, oh, interesting, a feather. You wouldn't even think twice. Or if it, that was not a good analogy for me because I would pick up a feather. But like, if it was a basketball, I would just be like, basketball. Next. I wouldn't even give it a second thought, because it means zero. It doesn't mean anything to me. So treating, when you're working on changing something, or any manifestation, like, if something comes up in your 3D reality that does not match that story, that's interesting. Yeah. Because just like I said before, if you didn't have a trigger to that thing, then you wouldn't react to it. If you did have a trigger to it, then you might react to it. And the reaction itself validates the trigger. Why do you have the trigger? Oh, this one time, blah, 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 blah. Right? It keeps the story intact. Jen said, out of all the balls your guides showed you, the basketball was their pick. Yeah, probably because it's the least exciting to me. Like, I would watch like, I don't mind watching golf. I actually think golf is kind of interesting to watch sometimes. It's, like, really calming. Golf would probably be as weird as it is, that's probably my top pick. If I had to watch a sport, I'd probably pick golf. And then, like, going like, I've been to baseball games. That's I've been there. It's fun. And then football, like, the football games are fun to watch because I like food and, like, parties. Basketball, I have nothing. It's just, like, I don't wanna watch a game. I don't wanna hear about it. I don't wanna talk about it. I don't care. I'm not interested. Like, I just And it's funny, I was on the basketball team in 6th grade because my grandpa used to be like, "You're so tall. You should be on the basketball." So I joined and I was awful, and I only did it for, like, one and I hated it. Belwick, hold on. Gina, right? Gina said is it Gina? Gina, yeah, it's a 4-letter G name, I know that. Says, "Roxy's voice is my head voice." I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Mine is Jillian Michaels, but I apologize that Gabby. Gabby! Oh, I forgot. I was gonna say that, but I was like, "No, it's not Gabby, it's Gina." And it's the same vowels, but they're flip-flopped, and I'm dyslexic, so my brain works perfectly. Everything's great. Everything's, like, in order, it's organized, it's fast, it's great, it's perfect. So, okay. Mimi says, "How do you get someone to conform to your world when they think the world doesn't revolve around you? But I know the world does revolve around me, and I need them to conform to that." No, you don't need shit. You need to conform to the thought that they conform to the idea. That's the problem. You haven't conformed, so neither have they. Nothing that anybody does in your world has anything to do with them, ever. It's always, always, always a reflection of you. Nothing that anybody does in your world has anything to do with them. It has 100% to do with you. And the reason why is because there are infinite versions of them, and you are picking whatever version you're experiencing out of the proverbial vending machine and selecting to interact with that version. So that version that you have selected is going to do as that version does. I just heard the word narcissist because this is an easy one. If you pop the narcissist out of the vending machine, you're picking N1 on the thing, they will do as narcissists do because that's what you've labeled them as. And I don't want to get down the narcissist thing again where we get into like, can you change a narcissist? We're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact that like there's a zookeeper version, there's a beekeeper version, there's a fucking spelunking version. And I just mean this as like in a way of thinking like there's infinite versions of them. And the one that you have is the one you keep reacting to. So if you talk any shit about what they're doing, it's you. You picked them out of the vending machine. If you don't want Fritos, then stop picking F1. If you want Doritos, bitch, it's at D1, okay? It's nobody's fault if you're looking at Doritos and you push F1. That's on you. It has nothing to do with the Doritos. The Fritos are going to have their freaking corn fucking meal and whatever shit that they got, and the Doritos are going to have their powders and their flavors and the milks and all that. They're going to have it, period. If that's what you pick out of the vending machine, expect it to have the ingredients that you specified. You are specifying that they don't get it. So if you want something different, you need to pick something different, and then you need to pick something different, and you need to keep picking that thing that you want and not go back. If you want Fritos, then you pick Fritos. If you want Doritos, then you pick Doritos, but don't be complaining that you got one or the other when you are the one with the dollar bill and you're the one doing that, okay? Jen says, now I want Doritos and Fritos. Ooh. I've been meaning to say this. Okay, all my vegan friends here. Do you want to know the most delicious chips that taste exactly like vegan Doritos? I wish I had some now, but we can't keep them in our house because we eat them so fast. The brand is called Late July, and I think they're called the like jalapeno lime flavor. They straight up taste like Cool Ranch Doritos, but they're vegan. They are I will pound a bag. Like they're so good. They're so good. I can tell, and I know they sell them at Whole Foods and CVS. That's the places that we've found them. But OMG, you got, like, if you are vegan, you need to try these because they taste just like Doritos. Lucita says you love those late July chips. Have you tasted those ones, the jalapeno lime? Oh my God, they're so good. They're so fucking good. So that's just a little, I've been meaning to say that. I'm like, do I need to make like a TikTok about this? Like I need to tell people, I need to tell the vegans that we have Doritos now. You can have Doritos. And on that note, thank you, Tiffany. Don't forget to hit the like button. Oh my gosh. Fresh Time. I don't know. I've never heard of that store, but it's a cute name. Jen said, this is what happens when Roxy has analogies that correlate to food. I know, and I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten yet. You know me. 4:30. I haven't had a freaking morsel. That's okay. It's going to be delicious. And we have to go shopping probably. Okay. You don't need to, who cares? You don't need to know that. I know, Lady Simone, I was thinking the same thing you said. They'll be sold out everywhere. I know. I honestly was thinking about that. You're right. And let's just keep it to us. Let's keep it to us. And like, if you know, you know. It's got to be word of mouth. We can't be TikToking about this. But we do want them to make, like, they should be in every store. They're so good. Also, Mimi says the world doesn't revolve around me, but it does. Excuse me. Come on, what were you gonna say? Oh yeah. There's a website called GTFO, it's vegan. And they have, I don't know if they have late July chips, I haven't looked, but they have like every single vegan brand and flavor. And you can order online. They ship, I don't know if they ship worldwide, but I know they ship nationwide if you're in the US. They have like every flavor of Follow Your Heart cheese, like every brand of cheese, and then every flavor of it, all the mayos, all the like Omni pork, and they have eggs. They have all these different vegan eggs and different chickens and breasts and like big frozen bag. Like they just have all the seafood. It's incredible. So GTFO, it's vegan. Anybody that's vegan, check that website. So this is also Nice segue. Did you hear that one? I rehearsed that one all day. That was good. That was really good. I feel like I need to like clip that out and keep it. I did want to talk about let's talk March programs real fast while we're taking a break before I get back into questions. Okay, here's the deal. We are doing a brand new group program space for March, something I've never offered before. And I'm calling it Roxy Talkies because it's like walkie-talkies. And I felt like if I didn't call it that, it would be a missed opportunity. So it's called Roxy Talkies. The idea is that we're using the Voxer app. If anyone's ever heard of that, the Voxer app, and I'm going to be answering voice notes and giving you voice notes. So what's really going on is that we're going to have a group for everybody that gets Roxy, that's in Roxy Talkies. All of our Synergy people, you're automatically enrolled. You will have a group in the private community where you get to ask questions to me, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to answer them in voice note in this app, Voxer. The thing about Voxer that's really cool is that you get to listen to it in real time. It's like a walkie-talkie. So as long as you have your app open, if I'm talking, it just pops through. You don't have to push play. You get to just listen in real time. And it's almost going to be like a Dr. Drew, like a Love Line type thing, or like an old time meaning my childhood, like a radio call-in show. And this is something we've been toying with for a while. So this month, you'll have the opportunity to get into this group, and you'll be able to ask me anything for 3 days. And for 3 days, I'm going to be just answering questions and leaving voice notes about whatever it is. So everybody's going to be able to hear everybody's questions. You can ask me anything about your situation. You can ask me anything about manifestation and just get my perspective on your personal whatever. And you'll be able to share with your people there and connect again with the community. So if you're here on Mindset Monday a lot and like you want to ask me questions that I don't always get to, if you're anybody that's ever like dropping super chats because you want your questions answered, like this is a perfect space for that, because we're just going to be like in a condensed spot, and I'm just going to be going through and answering these for like 3 days in March. So it'll be happening March 21st, 22nd, and 24th. I'll be in Voxer between the hours of 1 and 5. And I'm just going to be, again, answering your questions with voice notes, and you'll be able to listen live and communicate in the group. So, and then everything that we do on those voice notes is going to get saved, and you'll get lifetime access to it. So that is happening this month. Again, Roxy Talkies. I'm really excited. And I was telling the people on our private Zoom chat, I'm sure you can hear my husband dragging the trash cans back in. I'm kind of hoping there's some like TikTok saga type stuff. Like, you know how in TikTok when people are like, come back for part 2. Kind of hoping there's some saga type stuff because, again, it's like Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So I'm excited to hear if like you have a question, we get some advice, you go apply it, and it comes back and shit's like changing and popping off. So anyways, that'll be really fun. Leanne has linked the chat. No, she hasn't. She's linked she linked the sign up in the chat. I'm pinning it. So now it's pinned to the chat and YouTube. And also, if you look up on my screen, this little QR code, you can scan that QR code and also get to it. So, so there's that. Yeah. And Leanne says it's like 3 days of Mindset Monday chat. Yeah, it is like 3 days of Mindset Monday. But even better because obviously I can't guarantee I can answer every question because I just don't know what the volume of questions is going to be like. But I'm going to do as much as I can. And also there is a VIP option. So once you sign up, they'll take you to a VIP option where you get a guaranteed question on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. You get a guaranteed question on each one of those days if you want to make sure that you get it. Otherwise, we'll be there. And again, it's going to be like a big group asking whatever you guys want. And I'll just be like this is going to be me. I'll probably be hanging out in my little room or on a walk or at the beach or at my couch. And I'll read your thing and I'll be like, all right, listen, bitch. I'm just kidding. So here's why this motherfucker is not texting you. And honestly, knowing me, when I get into my voice chats, it might be like that. You know me. I don't hold back. So anyways, it'll be a good space to get my eyes and ears on your personal situation. If you want to hear my advice, my perspective, whatever really you can think of, we'll be doing it there. So it's kind of like I don't want to call it a free for all, but Tiffany said it's our Dear Roxy. Exactly. Yeah. It's Dear Roxy. And I'll just be there for you as a resource answering your questions. So that's kind of what that is. I just wanted to leave it to be an open space because, right now we have a lot of people in 360 right now. So I didn't want to overload them with another like group program with homework and all kinds of stuff, So it's really just like advice. It's advice week, really. So anybody that's in there, you kind of have unlimited access to answering any questions. And shit, we'll see what kind of stuff comes up. I think it's going to be really fun. I know it's going to be really fun. So I'm very excited. And roxytalks.com/live programs will get you there as well. And then Leanne linked the direct thing in the chat. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Oh yeah, and then also the Lucky Me Master Training is still happening on the 15th. So that's next Wednesday. And we're going to be talking about the idea of making your own luck, the idea of being in alignment with abundance and positivity and stuff just working out for you and everything going your way and you just living like a fun, full, dedicated, enriched life. I'm really excited about that one as well because I've been having fun listening to the like Lucky Me stuff and like really ingraining it into my mind. Lucita says Roxy Talkies. That's so rad. I know it's funny because I was thinking about it because that app is such like a walkie-talkie. And I'm like, if I don't call this Roxy Talkies, I'm going to regret it for the rest of my life. And I'll always be like, I had this thing and I should have called it Roxy Talkies. And no one would care except me. And it would drive me crazy. But it makes me laugh because it reminds me of like, do you guys remember those Nextel phones that used to have that walkie-talkie on it? My boyfriend in high school worked at Nextel. The one I was talking about that I had like, that we broke up a million times. He worked at Nextel. And so I was like one of the first people to have one of those walkie-talkie phones. And oh my God, we used to love those things. That's it. That's the rest of that story. But we were like the only people that had it. So the only people I could talk to, and it was like him and his family. Okay. Next time I know, it was like that little thing. Yeah. Or no, it was like it made this like weird like sucking chirp sound. The chirp. Yep. Yeah. The chirp. And then we would like fight over it. I told you we had a really volatile relationship. Oh my God. Fighting over that thing was so triggering because then every time I'd hear that thing, doop, doop, hey Roxy, oh my God, it would just like just send chills up fucking down my spine. But when you fight on that stuff, it's kind of good because not that this is when I was much younger. You can't interrupt each other. And you gotta sit there and listen to everything they fucking say. But then when it's your turn, they can't interrupt you. So I don't know if it's good or bad, but man. Mimi says, when you said Roxy Talkies, you thought I meant the Talkies chips. And then we were talking about chips. So why wouldn't you think that? Of course. Okay. All right. I'm scaring people off with the regular talk. Let's get back into manifestation talk. I've got time for one more super chat if anybody wants a guaranteed question. And if you want more guaranteed questions with me, join Roxy Talkies happening later this month, where you'll get to just ask me whatever. Leanne says, that's why I do video chat arguments on Marco Polo. Ooh, video. Ooh, that's hardcore. That's so funny. You're like, I want you to look me in the eyes. Oh my God, that's funny. I like that. Esmeralda, hello. Says 360 fam here. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. I know you had some good revelations on our last 360 chat, so I'm excited to see how things are going for you this coming week. Crystalline Mind says, I know you just talked about separating emotions from thoughts, but how do you fully feel and process emotions without suppressing and dismissing them through thinking? Okay. I did not say suppress and dismiss your feelings. I said, don't let your thoughts go down the road with them. Meaning that your thoughts need to be, like I said, nurturing, supportive, caring. You need to be there for your feelings. You need to acknowledge your feelings. You need to let them know that you're not going to put them in the same position anymore. You need to know, you need to let your feelings or your inner child know that it's not going to be abandoned in that space anymore, that it's not going to be treated that way anymore. It's not going to be wounded that way anymore. I never said suppress and dismiss them. That's never what, that's why and it's interesting too, because it's like, we're so quick and easy to let our thoughts make our feelings worse. But when the idea comes around of like, hey, how about you don't let your thoughts make your feelings worse? It's like, well, I got to feel my feelings. And I'm not saying you don't. And I'm not trying to like just diminish you or anything like that, because this is like something that comes up a lot, right? So you really need to understand that there's another option. It isn't just feel your feelings and fucking ignore them or like sop up your own sorrow. Those are not the only options. The option can be feel the feelings and they're there. Soothe yourself. That's what I said earlier. Support, soothe. That's what I meant by hold your hair back and like rub their back and like, do something cozy and kind and caring. Take care of yourself because you're wounded. Taking care of yourself because you're wounded does not mean let your thoughts go down the road and also feel like shit and make you feel shittier for longer. You still need to separate. Again, I didn't say don't feel your feelings. I said separate your thoughts from them. Your feelings are going to be felt. And if you look at your feelings and say, hey, feelings, I see you, I witness you, it's okay to have you. Guess what? We're not going to be there in that place anymore for this to continue happening. I got you. That is processing your feelings. Dina says inner child work is a game changer, in my opinion. Yeah. Well, I mean, it has to be done, really. Like I wouldn't say that probably everybody needs to do it. I actually don't know that. I don't know the answer to that question. Does everybody need to do it? Maybe. But if you are in a space where you're trying to like change, if you've got demons or trauma or thoughts that are like not abundant or elevated enough, then it always starts in childhood. That's where all this stuff begins. So if you're, not willing to look there or to deal with it in a new way, then it's entirely possible that you're going to just continue to be who you've always been, because your pattern of dealing with it is the same. And your pattern of dealing with it, this is the thing, everybody here, listen, please. Your pattern of dealing with your feelings is why you keep manifesting things that make you feel bad. So you have an event that triggers you to feel a certain way, and then the way you deal with them manifests that happening again. So you need to deal with things in a new way in order to get a new reality happening, even if something happens that you've already experienced, even if you're triggered in a way that you don't want to be triggered anymore, even if you feel like a pattern is restarting, if you respond differently, the pattern does not continue. But you have to do that every time. You can't just do it once. Michelle, I love you, says this. I needed to hear this. Good. Got you, girl. Gabby, thank you so much, says, thank you for the super chat. I manifested a breakup in 6 days after celebrating our 1 year of, hold on. Wait, what? I manifested a breakup in 6 days after celebrating our 1 year of my thoughts. Duh. Okay, I'm just trying to see what I manifested a breakup in 6 days after celebrating our 1 year. My thoughts, determined to manifest him saying, I love you, and a commitment in half that time. Advice on affirming routine. What? What the fuck? Okay, let's see if we get more context on this. Don't forget that I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I have no backstory, and I don't know what it is. When you're putting your questions in there, make sure you give me some context. Crystalline, I got you. Thank you for letting me yell. It was not directed at you. It was just the question. What needed a big answer? Okay. Bellwick says, I messed up after celebrating our 1 year. My thoughts did it. I know you were limited on words. I know. I just, it didn't compute for me. Okay. I messed up after celebrating our 1 year. My thoughts did it. Yeah, of course they did. Your thoughts do everything. So obviously, listen, if your thoughts can mess it up, your thoughts can put it back together. You've already put it together. You already know how to do this. Like, why are you asking me for an affirmation routine when you already know how to do it? What you should be asking me is, how the fuck do I keep it next time? He said, you just celebrated a year and he hadn't said, I love you the whole time. And I bet you were fucking noticing it the whole time. With love, Gina, Gabby, sorry. I'm sorry. It's my dyslexia is like, okay, it's a 4-letter G name. I'm sorry. And then I told you again, the vowels are flip-flop. So I apologize. Gabby, I'm so sorry. I want you to, that's your question. I want you to go back and listen to this episode because I've already answered that question. I talked about keeping what you manifest and going back and forth. But like, here, this is the thing. It's like, whatever you did to get him, you stopped doing once you had him. Okay? That's everybody. I just solved your SP problem. Everybody here in the entire chat, the reason why your SP goes back from being cool and great is because whatever you did to get them, you stopped doing once you got them. You went back to your old, no offense, this is going to sound mean and harsh. It's just coming out this way. You went back to the old, meek, weak, insecure, doubtful, when can I self with love. This is my love. I love you so much. I'm saying mean shit. Okay. Like, you were not consistent. You didn't keep the story up. You probably, yeah, you came in late. I know. Yeah. So, there's more at the beginning. If you rewind, what were you doing in that year to manifest them saying, I love you? I guarantee it wasn't thinking they love me so much. We have such a great connection. They always are speaking kind words to me. They always tell me they love me. They tell me they love me morning, noon, and night. They tell me they love me 100 times. No, you were like, why won't they say they love me? They haven't said they love me. It's been 6 months. It's been 8 months. How come they haven't said they love me? That's what you're doing, right? So when you get them, you need to continue. This doesn't stop. This is the rest of your life, ever, forever, and ever. You said, fuck me. Yes, that was it. That's it. That's it. So listen, here's the good news. It only took you 6 months to manifest them, and it took an entire year to manifest them away. That's good. That's even like, when they say like, I think, again, Dr. Beckwith was saying, and this is what he says in The Secret, that negative thoughts are shown to scientifically have less of a charge than positive thoughts. I would say that just proves it right there. At the very least, you can guarantee that your positive thoughts are twice as strong as your negative ones. That's pretty fucking cool. That's pretty fucking cool. So this is not something to be upset about. It's not something terrible. 444, I just missed the 444, but it's okay. It's close enough. Get back in the game. You already know what to do. Amy, you keep manifesting big work highs and big lows. How to keep it more stable? Same exact answer. Rewind to when I talked about back and forth. And the same thing I was just saying. You're fine when it's hot. Like, okay, this is what happens with money. And it's the same thing with a person. I've already said this. You get to the points where, okay, I'm going to manifest, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to have a high. You get to a high, and then you get to that high, and it's like, oh shit, how do I maintain this? Or what if I do if it doesn't say? Or how do I get it next time? Or whatever the fuck you do. And then that manifests you going back down. And then when you're down, you're like, fuck this. I'm going to go up. I got to, and you get yourself back up, and then you hit the high, and you're like, meh. You got to maintain the high, no matter how you feel or what's going on around you. It's the same thing. The energy's going up because they're like, I've said the same thing 3 fucking times already. They don't play. Maybe that's Roxy. Roxy does not like repeating herself. But I know that we're talking about different times in the chat, but it's the same concept. So if you're somebody here who's having back and forth or hot and cold behavior in any area of your life, career, self-esteem, love, platonic relationships, whatever, anything else, health, whatever, rewind and watch this entire thing over and over again, because I've gone down this road 3 separate times and have given a lot of really good nuggets about how, like, this energy. So that's just what it is. When it's up, you need to stay up. When it's down, you need to be up. That's the same thing about remember we talked about when your feelings are low, you don't let your thoughts go down with them. You keep the thoughts up. When it's up, it's up. When it's down, it's up. Amy, I know I'm just messing. Not messing, but it's not you personally. This is just how the information comes out when I'm channeling, because I'm holding like energetic mental space for like my guides and anybody that's here. So me as a person, I'm kind of a big personality. Like when I talk and I react, it's big. I have a big voice, and it's just kind of like a big to do. And so when the energy keeps building and the guides like yell through me. And so a lot of times, like I sound like I'm yelling. I sound like I'm angry, but I'm not. It's just like the energy I'm answering the question with. It's definitely not personal. It's just how it comes out. So I wasn't not yelling at you, and I apologize. But the information I stand by. I stand by what I said. Cardi B, yes, of course. When it's up, it's stuck. When it's up, it's up, it's up, and it's up. Exactly. But also when it's down, it's up. That's what's more important. When it's down, it's up as well. When it's up and it's stuck. When it's down, it's up and it's stuck. Okay. Jen says you are a force. I am a vessel. I'm a vessel for the force. Okay, homework time. Homework time. Homework time. Okay, Leanne, do you remind me? Can you tell me what last week's homework was? Because this homework has been going on for 3 weeks straight, because every time it's like, I didn't do last week's. So I'm like, okay, well, let me give you a fucking something to supplement that. And we keep going deeper with it. So Leanne, do you mind reminding me of what last week's homework was? I know there's layers, so I can't. I'm like brain farting. Don't forget, I know, again, I can't get to every question in the chat, but if you want my advice, if you want my eyes on your situation, if you want my personal opinion, if you want me to explain manifesting or answer your questions, Jerry, I love and appreciate you. Thank you so much. Check out Roxy Talkies. You can scan this QR cap in the corner of the screen. It'll take you right there, or you can go to roxytalks.com/live programs, or Leanne has also linked it, and I pinned it to the chat at YouTube. So there's a lot of ways to check it out, but this is my March group program that I'm hosting this month, where basically we're going to be doing kind of like Mindset Monday, but it's going to be more private. And I'm just going to go through and answer like as many as I can over the course of 3 days. So you really have unlimited questions, access. Unlimited access to asking me questions, and I'm just going to answer as many as I can, like I said. And then the thing is that's cool about it is that we're doing it in the Voxer app, and the Voxer app is kind of like walkie-talkies. So you're getting to like hear me in real time answer the question. So if you're there, and you'll get a notification that I'm on, and you just get to hear me talking live. And then otherwise, you'll get to check out the chat later if you can't hear live. And we're going to save everything and package it so that you can have lifetime access to all the answers. And the cool thing is that excuse me. Ooh, talking so much. The cool thing is that you don't just get to hear your own answers, you get to hear everybody's answers. And a lot of times, just I know from running group programs, like you gain so much value from hearing other people's questions answered, because they're asking questions you didn't even know you needed to ask, and you're getting advice that you didn't even realize that you needed. So, Roxy Talkies, super fun space. Ask me anything. 3 days. Voice chats, me just going off on your situation and any advice that you want, or, information or perspective, any questions you wanted to ask me, if you want to hear me talk about, I don't know, why 2K. I was there. I was a senior in high. No, I wasn't. I was a sophomore in high school when that happened. Maybe I was a junior. I think I was a junior because I graduated in 01. But anyways, if you want to hear me talk about Y2K, well, but any sort of manifestation question, law of attraction, whatever, I'll be answering in Roxy Talkies for 3 days straight. So again, if you'd like to, how tall am I? John, I guess you're going to have to join Roxy Talkies to find out. Actually, no, I'm 5'8", whatever. I don't care. Junior, Ashley, are you American? In the American school system, it's the year before you graduate high school. So it was like my 3rd out of 4 years, because I graduated in 2001. So the Y2K debacle happened, I think, over my junior year. Okay, so Rosanna says, any 5'4s here? Mama, yeah, we're gonna party like it's 1999. Exactly. So Lauren, thank you for the super chat. Says, thank you for answering my question. That was huge. That insight was huge. I do feel that way, that what my SP has been saying to me is a test, because the things he said are so random. Yeah. And it's like, it doesn't matter like what he said. He could literally say like, I fucking hate you, get out of my life. And you're like, oh. Internally, you're like, oh my God, how cute. How sweet. It was such a great relationship. If that's your choice, right? I don't want people making any, like, I'm not here to judge what you're doing or why. If we're all consenting adults and we're not harming each other, then it's none of my fucking business. So you need to assess your situation and how you want to proceed, but it doesn't fucking matter what they think. It does not fucking matter what they say. Stop acting like they get a fucking say or an opinion in the story. And I don't mean be mean to their 3D version. I don't mean to, spread pain or disharmony. I mean, in the 3D reality, keep it neutral, keep it calm, keep it chill, whatever. Fine, cool, whatever. But in your mind, you're telling the story no matter what happens. Like, you don't ever have to relinquish that power. Nay, you're only 5 foot. Dina's 5'5". Lady Simone's 5'2". Tiffany, you're 5'5". Okay. Aaron's tall like me. 5'8". Ashley, 5'4". Lucida's 5'7". We're just, everybody here is talking about their height now. We're just doing that. Okay, so we're talking about homework. Let's scroll back up and do homework because that's where we're at in the chat. Okay. Homework. Last week. Who is this? Is this Liz again? No, it's not. Okay. I was like, if this girl does not know by now that where I'm at on Mondays. Okay. What was I doing? I was looking at the homework. Okay. Homework last week was, are there any 10s in your life? What are they? For those that are less than 10s, why are you not allowing yourself to have 10s in those areas? Now that you've identified what is not a 10, take steps to make them 10s. Do things that bring you joy, also make you feel at peace. Okay. That was our homework last week. Shantae says, for me, making my 4s into 10s meant doing things I never get around to. I wrote down everything I can think of. Now it's organized for what I spend time on my lists. But that's not all. It also means taking advantage of the hot tub at my apartment, yes, and going ahead and buying all 3 flavors of sugar-free ice cream. Yes, I love it. Yay, Shantae. And it's like, it doesn't have to be huge things. It has to be like, listen, you're an adult. You just get to pick your life. If you want to freaking eat all the flavors of ice cream and have options, like if I want to have 1 spoonful of each before, and then I'm going to go about my life. Okay. All right, let's put it on silent. I'm going to do that. And if I want to freaking take a tub of ice cream to the hot tub, I'm going to do it because I'm an adult and I can. And it's like, why are we depriving ourselves? Again, no judges. This is your life. Why are we depriving ourselves of the things that actually make us happy? Like, do you know how simple it is to go to your hot tub and to have some ice cream? But if it makes you feel 10 times better because you did something that nurtured you, why are we not doing this more often? Nay says, I did the homework this time. I definitely kept putting it off because it didn't feel real to live at a 10 in all of life, but I'm definitely getting closer. Live an all 10 life, an all 10 life. I love that. Okay, Nay, I love that. An all 10 life. And then, ooh, I like that. What would it look like if you had an all 10 life? What is your all 10 life? Rosanna, no judges. You got 360 homework. No big deal. This is like, we have Mindset Monday homework for everybody that's on the chat, just so they have something to kind of work on and work towards for the week. Jen said you were listening to the podcast last week and got so many downloads about yourself. That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. Lucita says, Shantae, I always appreciate how you thoroughly get into the homework. I do too. I appreciate it too. And she said it inspires her so much. It inspires me as well. So thank you, Shantae. I definitely appreciate that you do your homework. Thank you. And not that no one's obligated, of course, but like, I don't need to assign this shit if you guys aren't going to do it. You know what I mean? So I appreciate you doing it. And so then I'll keep assigning it. Mimi, you're 4'9". And Giovanna, you're 4'11". Oh my gosh. How cute. And 5'2". Another 5'2", Angie. AF 5'3". Oh my gosh. I would just feel like such a giant next to you guys. Lucita says, all 10 life. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Ashley says, I'm reading scripts and auditioning again. That's a 10. Yay, Ashley. That's so awesome. I love it. I'm living an all 10 life. Love it. Petite treat. You guys are funny. Lucita says, I didn't realize how much of my life is not a 10. When I came down to it, it's mostly about worthiness. I'm allowing myself to feel so much joy, indulge in the deliciousness of life, and feel good. Proud of you. And listen, like, honestly, like Lucita, if you think about it, it's like, when you really get down to it, it's like, why am I not allowing myself to have that? Like, where along the line did I become convinced that, like, my personal happiness is like the least important thing? Just kind of like looking at this stuff and asking critical questions to yourself and figuring out, like, do I have to continue thinking and feeling this way? Like, is this something that needs to be like my life story forever? Or is this, can this just be a chapter that I'm now ending? Morgan says, my workout routine has been my focus to become a 10. Started doing the 30-day shred by Jillian Michaels per your recommendation. Yes! Morgan, tell me about your 30-day shred experience. Tell me about your 30-day shred experience, because I love that workout. And I'm actually, I'm reading the word homework and I'm trying to say husband. My husband and I, we work out just on Fridays, but we've been kind of wanting to add another day. So tomorrow we're going to attempt to do the No More Trouble Zones video, which is like 45 minutes long. So the 30-day shred's only 20 minutes, right? The No More Trouble Zones is like almost 2.5 of that. It's interesting. But you could see results the next day. Like, you literally see your body ripped up like the next day. It's awesome. So once you start getting like more comfortable with that 30-day shred, I challenge you to check out No More Trouble Zones. And I'm challenging myself to check it out tomorrow. But well, yeah, anyways, anybody that's wanting to like get your body right, Jillian Michaels, like enough said. You don't need anything else. That shit will get you. Okay. You said it's going well. I've had such a hard time working out at home because it gets a little boring, but I've loved that it's only 20 minutes and she's so motivating. I know that's the thing I love about it too, because I usually don't like to work out, but those videos I can do because it is 20 minutes and you're like, okay, honestly, it's 20 minutes long. Like, how can I possibly say that I don't have time for that? You know, like, I really want to change my body. I really want to change my physique, but I don't have 20 minutes. And that shit works. Jen says you better prep for that. Jillian Michaels wants me to throw up. Yeah. Okay. I've done the 45-minute one before. The other one I did that made me almost throw up the other day. I never really did it. I've maybe done it once or twice, but I've never like successfully been like, yeah, I did that. The other one, the 45-minute one, I've definitely done. I've also quit it in the middle of it many times, but I've also finished it a lot. It's not like the kind of working out that's going to make you throw up. It's just like a long burn. It's a 45-minute burn versus the one that made me almost throw up the other day was like a 20-minute fucking power thing. And Morgan, if you're curious, I'm talking about workout number 2 on 30-day shred. Okay. All right. Homework. Okay. Tam, hello. I love how we have 2 Tams. That's so fun. Okay. Jen says I have to modify the modified versions. We do too. That's so funny. I know exactly what you're talking about, and it's very funny that you're saying that. We do the same thing. Look at Anita. She's going to help you ease you into it. Some of the modified versions to help ease you into it. Yeah. Then if you're up for a bit of a challenge, follow Natalie. She'll get you there. Yeah. We'll be going through it and I'm just like mouthing it with her. All right, we're going to sink it down. We're going to box it out right here. Oh gosh. Okay. Focus. It's time for eating. Ooh, I just looked at the thing and it was like 1 3 3 3 3 3 3. Okay. All right. My brain's going wacky because it's time for food. Crystalline says, I used to do Blogilates and Chloe Ting workouts. Okay, it's so weird because like I've heard that before, but I really have no frame of reference for what that is, except that like the platform that I use to host my courses, she's doing like a collab with them, and I literally was just seeing a post, like a banner with her name on it today. So it's random. It's just very random because I normally wouldn't even I just wouldn't have recognized it. So synchronicities. Jen said, I just end up standing there thinking I'm going to die. If you think you're going to die, follow Anita. She'll help you through. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Focus. Rosanna. Hold on. Rosanna says, Alfredo pasta time with crispy tofu, basil, and nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast. Oh my God. That sounds good. I was thinking about having burger salads tonight. Whole Foods has these that 365 brand of burgers, and they're not like Beyond, they're just like veggie patties, but they taste almost like Beyond, like not Beyondy, but they taste like burgers. And there's a hot and spicy one, or whatever spicy flavor one, and we like have them on like lettuce with like pickles in it. And I just call it burger salad. We started out eating them as like burgers with lettuce, and we're like, let's just fucking put it on a salad. Those things only have like 80 calories, those little burgers, if you're interested, if you're in that place. I know Anita is super toned, but she still struggles to get through it. So that makes me feel good. And I don't know how Nat like smiles the whole time. I don't get it. I don't know how she does it. I'm so glad that we know who we're like, nobody knows what we're talking about, but we know. And we know it. We know it so deep in our bones. Why is it always Natalie? Because Natalies are good at stuff. I feel like if you're named Natalie, you're going to be like athletic and good at the things that you do. It's like a capable name. I don't know what it is. Okay. Mimi says, I'm a multi-billionaire. Me too, Mimi. Fuck yeah. Okay. I can't read your food stuff. It's just so distracting. I'm so hungry right now. I can't look at the chat. Okay. I need to do homework. Okay. All right. You guys aren't going to like this. You're going to love this. You're not going to like this. You're going to love it. Guess what they just told me today? Your homework this week, the word of the week is consistency. And the reason why is because we had multiple questions about hot and cold and lack of consistency, which is what that really boils down to. So your homework this week is, I want you to pick something expansive for you, whether this is like a new meditation or meditating for an hour or doing yoga or scripting your dream life for half an hour or doing a visualization or watching The Secret or something. I want you to pick something that's expansive, and then I want you to do it every single day for the next week. And this could even be like changing your story. It could be reaching out to and like nurturing the relationships in your life. It could be doing your shit that brings me joy 7 days. It could be working on your business or your passion 7 days. It could be going in the hot tub 7 days, whatever that is. Your homework this week is to do something consistently. I want you to do it for 7 days. So depending on what time of day it is for you now, if it's today, if it's daytime, if you still have time in the day to do it, then I want you to do it today, and do it for the next 7 days. If it's too late for you, then I want you to start tomorrow, and I need you to do it next Monday before you get here. Okay, so I want you to do it seven days in a row. You get to pick what that thing is, but it needs to be something that like stretches and expands you in the direction of your ideal, and then every day. So. Lucia says, I want a hot tub it every day. Do it. But what I want you to do is I want you to do it for 7 days. And actually they just showed me like a sticky note or something, or like writing on your mirror. Write it down and put it up somewhere so you don't forget. So you don't forget that you're doing this for 7 days straight, okay? Or you can do set alarms in your phone. Like if it's something you know you're going to do it at, like when you get off work, I'm going to sit in the hot tub for 15 minutes or whatever, put the alarm 7:30 or whatever. Make it so that you are setting yourself up for success at completing this thing for the next 7 days. And if you're here, why don't you give the chat a like? I mean, that'd be cool. Okay, so here's some free resources. 30 Days of Alignment. This is something that's actually perfect if you're looking for consistency. This is how I started my consistency, how I started my journey, and what ultimately led to me creating 360. 30 Days of Alignment was the precursor to 360. It's like 360's like pod. It's like the 360 was the caterpillar, or excuse me, 30 days was the caterpillar and 360 is the butterfly essentially. So if you want to go deeper into consistency, check out 30 Days of Alignment. There's a free version at my website, roxytalks.com. If you're working on your specific person, You definitely need to take my 5 Secrets to Manifest Your Specific Person masterclass. It's a free masterclass on my website, Roxy Talks. All the things I'm about to say are on roxytalks.com/free resources. And if that is that hyperlink, right? roxytalks.com, click the free resources tab is another way to get there. Also, confidence. If you're working on confidence and you want to kind of boost like how you're thinking about yourself, your abilities in love, in money, in self-esteem, in your body, in your looks, I have a confidence affirmations builder that's a free download as well on that same free resources page. And then if you're somebody that's like looking to find out about meditation and hone that craft and deepen your practice with connecting to your intuition, I have a free meditation guide at that same spot. So roxytalks.com and click the free resources tab. There's a bunch of free stuff that you can grab. And Leanne just linked it in the chat. Thanks, Leanne, to kind of get you started. If you like this Mindset Monday kind of idea and you want to just be able to ask me whatever and like get my answer to it in even a more private setting and have a nice, really like good, deep connection with your community members, Roxy Talkies is where you want to go. Okay. So that's happening. March 21st is the first day of it. It's 3 days inside the Voxer app where I'll be answering any questions you ask. Again, I can't predict whether I can answer every question just because I don't know how many questions are going to come through, but I'm going to do my best to get to everything or to get to as much as I can. And you basically will have kind of like carte blanche to ask me whatever for 3 days. And then you get to listen to me answer in real time, kind of like a radio station, kind of like if we're walkie-talkieing. One way, just to be clear, I'm the one talking, you're not talking. If you're typing your questions, I'm talking the answers is how it goes. Okay. And then you get to connect with each other in the group. That's Roxy Talkies. And you can also scan the QR code in the corner of this video. You can scan that and it'll take you right to that page. And then finally, the master training this month is next Wednesday. It's Lucky Me. We're talking about making our own luck. We're talking about being magnets to abundance. We're talking about being in alignment with all of that good shit that we like. We're talking, earlier how we're mentioning the 10s and doing the stuff that we like love to do. That's what this whole master training is about, is like embodying the version of you that's like me first, and not in a selfish way, in the way that says like, if I'm not me first, then I can't serve you to my best. If I can't serve myself at a 10 level, then I can't be a 10 for you. So it's literally the least selfish thing you can do is to make your life full of 10s, because then that provides you the steam and the energy to be a 10 for everybody around you. And that's what they deserve. The world deserves you at a 10. You deserve you at a 10. So that's what Lucky Me is about. That's what we're going to be talking about. That's happening next week. Again, Leanne linked that in the chat. And then roxytalks.com/live programs. You can get to all the stuff and find this information there as well. So, Jen, you want to own a cat cafe library? My friend Liz, who's an entrepreneur, she just like called me the other day and she's like, hey, you think a cat cafe like is profitable? I'm like, where's it at? Like, what's the deal? What's the tea? Where's the location? So yeah, like maybe fuck yeah, cat cafe. We want it. The demand is there. Okay. Everybody, I love and appreciate you. Remember, your homework this week for Mindset Monday homework is pick something that's going to orient you towards your expansion, towards your ideal reality. And then I want you to do it for 7 days straight. You're going to do it for 7 days straight because we're working on building consistency. Aaron says, I love your 360 method affirmation tracks. Yay, Aaron. Thank you. So 360 has its own affirmations and meditations for each week. Aaron, wait till you get to week 4. Week 4 is like an incredible song. It's just an incredible piece of music. So if you like it so far, you're going to love week 4. I know that's Leanne's favorite. It's my favorite too. I had the best time recording that one. And speaking of music, I do have, you said week 2 is lit. Yay, you like week 2, girl. I'm telling you, week 4 is so good. Not that they're not all great, but just week 4 is really good. My new album will be coming out soon. I know I've been talking about it for a while. It's really finally like getting there. Music videos coming as well. I'm looking at filming it in June. So maybe like a September release for the album and the music video. I know I've been talking about it for a while. I know we all have different styles of music, but like I really like, I'm gonna be real honest, I really like want and love and need your support on this music and just getting it out there and sharing it and streaming it. And if it's not your genre, your cup of tea, maybe share it with somebody who it might align with. But lyrically, like musically, I can, it's gonna have its own perspective, but lyrically, it's really about uplifting and positivity and loving yourself and owning your power and just um really just enjoying being who you are. So I know, yeah, excuse me, my new Grammy winning album, of course. So yeah, I'm gonna be calling on you guys to stream and listen and watch the video and stuff and and share. Like I'm telling you right now. So I'll just be letting you know every week so that everybody knows this thing is coming, and when it's finally here, we can share it because the world needs it. We heal through music, and we need more music out there that is healing. Oh yeah, thanks, Leanne. If you enroll in Lucky Me, you also do get a copy of the most recent affirmations album that I put out called Get Lucky. Nate, you said you still listen to Rollin' and Doe. So do I. I love that. The music is so good. Morgan, I love you. We stream it, we download it, we share. And thank you, Morgan. I appreciate you. Jen says, as long as it's on Spotify, I'll make it a top album. Jen, it will be. I appreciate you. It'll be on there. And I'm so excited. Yes, I'm back into music. I've been doing music for a while, but I'm actively working towards finishing my album and putting out a music video. I'm actually choreographing it right now. I'm choreographing my music video. I'm not a dancer. I am a performer. I've never like taken dance classes though, so it's like choreographing is fucking. I have a lot of respect for dancers and choreographers because that shit is like extremely easy. So, anyways. Oh, Leanne, thank you. Leanne's like, if you're making reels on Instagram or TikTok, you can actually use my affirmations album as your music. Please do. Back to Pink. Oh, you're so funny, Tiffany. I love you. I appreciate you for your grammar consideration. Back to Pink by Roxy Talks. Yeah. So I love you, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for being such a great support to me and to each other and to yourself. And showing up every week. Again, like it still blows my mind that you guys come every week. It's crazy to me. So I appreciate you. And Morgan, no, I have not heard of that person. Lady Simone, I appreciate you. Thank you. You're so kind. Thanks everybody for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being so just like awesome and open and supportive and oriented towards growth. Like I personally, like I resonate with people who like want to change and better themselves. Not that I think people need to, but like for me, it's like I'm constantly evolving. And like that's the most important thing in my world. So I really love to be able to connect with people who are on that same wavelength, and it's only going to serve us. So thank you, everybody. Jen, thank you. I appreciate you. I've got you. Mindset Mondays are so much fun, and I'm glad that I have you guys here to do this with me. So thank you. I appreciate you. We're all raising our freaking vibrations together. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you next week. Bye.